Let's see. We've got a very generous super chat from Born. Says, Juhn, do you have access to Marvel vs. Capcom or plans to get it?
Not the Marvel side. The Capcom side, maybe. We have access to the characters, just not sure what version of the characters yet.
All right,
but
fair
most
enough.
likely. Yeah.
All right, so did you wanna show off some of those new reveals from Comic-Con?
Yeah. So I have the prototypes of Wave 3.
Okay.
They're still prototypes. They're not final, so some of the like printing on the faces and some of the sculpting isn't final. But I'll just show you like a closer look.
Okay, so all the nitpicks online about they don't like the paint or this, that, and the third, these are prototypes. They're not the final versions.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are like the first time I saw them too, like right before the con, and like some of the paint was still wet when I was like hand carrying it to Comic Con. So yeah,
Nice.
so here's like Guile.
Dun, 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 dun.
So this is his alternate head sculpt, and then his other one, he doesn't have the gritting teeth, but the
Okay.
print, the face paint didn't come out good on it, so I won't show it because I don't want people to think it's gonna end up looking like that.
Okay, that's fair.
He has a real chain for his necklace.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
And that's another thing that a lot of people were asking questions about, like how are these scaling with everything?
Oh, okay. So him and DJ have similar builds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bigger. Let's see if I can do this.
Okay. All right, I
Nice.
like that. I like that. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard because his hair is really high, but let's look at their like heads. Like Guile's like half a head taller.
Mm-hmm.
And Gaia wears lifts on his boots, so you know he's
Yeah, and then here he is next to like a female figure. Wait, hold on. So
There we go.
like he is taller too, but also like the mass of the body,
Mm-hmm.
like his chest compared to like her, like the width of her body.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. I'm having flashbacks of the movie.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So cool.
So yeah. Like so this is like a bigger base body.
mm-hmm.
So now we have like this one. Fei Long is like similar height as him. We have the females that are smaller, and then we have like a bigger base body. So when you line them all up, they all have like different builds.
Mm-hmm. And where are you referencing the heights for them, or are you trying to go by whatever the scaling is for what's listed, or
a combination of everything, honestly, because like it's tough to go by the the actual listings, because on it, like I think like M Bison is like 5'11", and like Vega is like 6 feet. So technically Vega's not that much taller, but in game and in general, like Vega is a lot taller, for example. So it's kind of using the scale from like the stats for the character from Street Fighter 2 as a base.
okay,
Kind of adjusting it to make it work for our figures. Like, so for example, like he's like 5'10",
mm-hmm.
so the figure's 6 inches tall. So he's 6 feet tall if you get super technical on the scaling.
Right.
So we slightly upscaled him. So that means if someone's 6 feet tall, he has to be bigger than 6 inches tall because he has to be taller than Ryu. So it's just like mixing the actual baseline stats and kind of adjusting it to make it work like in real world. So I think like for Bison, we kind of scaled him up slightly bigger. So
ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, because like he's like the main villain, so
Right.
slightly upscale them, so he has like more of like a menacing like presence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like when he's like facing off with him, he does kind of have to like slightly look up to him, you
Mhm.
know.
Nice.
And then like Bison compared to like Guile, they're like I think the stats say that Guile's like taller by a couple inches.
Mm-hmm.
So he is slightly taller, but I don't know if it's like game accurate, but they both have pretty big like presence.
So you are taking into consideration the scaling, though. That's I know.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, or even like some different lines, like it's just kind of like all over the place. Like say for instance, like the Figuart Street Fighter line, the scaling was all over the place. Like Cammy was massive, and like if you look at any other version of Cammy's tiny compared to everybody.
Yeah, so like general like considerations are made. Like Cammy's shorter than Chun-Li.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna be smaller, but is it like accurate to the scale? Like I don't know. But like for example, like wait. So Cammy's smaller than Chun-Li.
Perfect.
And if they went back to back, oh my God, there it is.
So like she's like a half a head, quarter head taller.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's like tiny. So if you put her next to like M. Bison, like he's huge compared to her.
That's awesome.
And you said her hair is articulated.
Yeah. So like let me try to show you without breaking it.
I think she's going to be my favorite.
So like her hair is like in neutral position. I know people want to see her back. I'll censor it for you guys. So like that's like her neutral hair. But
Mhm.
like, wait, hold on. But if you rotate it, they
Oh, so-
flare out.
That's
Ah,
awesome.
Okay, so this isn't the one that was at Comic-Con then.
This no. So the reason why we didn't use this one at Comic-Con is the eye deco came out worse than the other one.
Okay.
Because like her eyes didn't really come out that good, so I don't really want to show it. But like, see how like her hair is like windswept now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you twist it all the way back, it becomes neutral.
Nice.
That's awesome because when you put them in certain positions, you really nail that, like how her hair is going in the same direction when she's doing a move.
Yeah, and then her alternate head, she's like screaming,
Oh,
and then
nice.
the braid shape is even more windswept.
look at that.
So when you rotate this one doesn't rotate, but it'll be even more dynamic. So you could like
That's awesome.
Are they
Yeah.
are they swappable? Can you swap them from head?
Probably because the peg is probably the same. I'm not sure. I mean, technically, yeah, because they all share the same like peg dimensions.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. That's
But yeah,
That way you can mix and match however you want.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Again, I do want to make note for those of you just joining us because I could see our numbers jumping up because now Juhn is showing them off. Guys, these are prototypes, so please don't be that technical on it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they're not final versions, so
Correct.
they're prototypes. They'll definitely change throughout the process. They're not, there's still a while before the final versions will even be, done. So,
Let me see if I can put her in a pose. Yeah, so like I like Cammy the most probably, and Guile out of Wave 3.
okay.
But they're all pretty awesome. Like Cammy's articulation is like good because we did Chun-Li first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So for
Yeah.
each iteration of characters we do, like the goal is to have it better than prior. Like for example, the articulation in the hair, we didn't have that in Wave 1, so that's something that's been improved upon. So like starting from like Wave 1 to the end, like you'll see some improvements, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, yeah.
Can you comment on why some people have Chun-Li already and others don't?
Yeah, so it caught me by surprise too, but so the way that we like distribute in the US is different from international.
Okay.
So for example, like if you look at like even like Hasbro, like they'll have like a figure that's like a Walmart exclusive in the US, but like in Europe it's available on Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
So like some regions have different terms. So like even our exclusive, it's exclusive. It's only available at San Diego Comic-Con, and our site only ships within the U.S. So it's a U.S. exclusive, but like our retailers like around the world tag on to the shipment and have some allotment for their own regions. So
Okay, that was going to be another question actually, because some people are getting the Evil Ryu, and some were saying that, you know, what the heck, I thought this is exclusive, etc., etc. So that explains that.
Yeah, so I think for Chun-Li, she's in production right now because it's shipping to customers soon, and it's going to be at Target soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think while it was in production, an international like distributor was able to secure like a small quantity off it earlier than us. So that's something that happens sometimes. It wasn't planned. I was actually surprised too. I was like, how are these guys finding these Chun-Lis? And then I realized it was like what, in the Philippines or something?
Singapore, I believe.
Yeah. So like we try to control everything, but it's hard. There's so many moving pieces.
Oh, I
There's so
bet.
many people involved, different time zones, like different like partners and whatnot. So yeah, it's just something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Juhn said, "That's a nice Chun-Li." Wait, is that? Yeah. Gosh dang it! It happened.
Yeah. So yeah. So like I think in the future we're gonna try to improve it, because like Pulse even did this starting like a year or two ago, when they're like, yeah, like this figure's going up for pre-order. It's going to be available in these regions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can have those all collected up front when we like announce something, if we can have it to where people not in the US are aware if they even will get it or not. So that's something we're working on too, to improve like communication, because like our sales are mostly US based, and like that's what our focus is. But we do have like a global network that also is distributing our product. So, which is kind of newish to us in this collector sense. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And when Chun-Li gets here, do you know off the top of your head like how she's being packed out? Like, is she being filtered into Ryu and Fei Long? Is she on her own?
It'll probably be so like the case packs that go to Target are 3.
Right.
So most likely there's going to be 2 Chun-Lis per case pack in the initial like set, because she's the new character. So there'll be more of her. And then as we replenish, we can adjust the ratio to have like 1 of each, or just go solid pack on a character. So it's up to us. But I think the set will be 2 per case. If I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is.
Okay,
so
so
Target's
for
missing an opportunity to do Here Comes a New Challenger in their store.
yeah.
That'd be so cool.
So for those that are still worried and they're not able to get Ryu and Fei Long, just hang in there a little bit longer.
Yeah. And also, I think, I mean, we're working towards it. We've been talking with Target too. So hopefully by next year, our store counts will also be expanded, you know, so you can find them in more stores. So that's something that we're working towards. You know, it's not us as a company trying to purposely not have it in store, because it's good for us to have it in more stores.
Mm-hmm.
It equals more sales and equals like the longevity of the line. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for those that are not able to, like we talked about it when we were at San Diego, that it was just like out of like 10 stores for me, only 1 store had it. So what would you say for those people that are still trying to think that they can find it at Target when it's just like literally hit or miss type of thing? It's better off that they order at like Big Bad and Entertainment Earth for now, right?
Yeah. So I think like those two retailers, like I think one of them recently had one of the characters in stock where it's not even a pre-order. You could just buy it and they'll ship it to you.
Yeah.
I think Fei Long was available like in stock at Big Bad or something. So yeah, like if you can't find them at Target, it's still readily available, I think, online.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Paul Mart got it too.
Huh?
I think Paul Mart got it too.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Paulmart.com.
So like specialty, smaller like retailers should also have them. Even you said you got one at like a comic book store or something, right? Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Ernie, you have anything for Juhn?
Yeah. Did you think the fries were like overcooked, or did you think they were just right that night? Because they were like delicious, and I can't stop thinking about
They
it.
were really good. I was enjoying
They
it.
were.
Oh.
They were
That
amazing.
was so good. When you don't talk to each other and you just smile,
You just
and
stand there
nod?
eating
Yeah.
fries.
yeah, that was it. So
Oh.
I just want to say, thank you again for that. No, man, this is so cool. Thank you for showing those comparisons to everybody and like that. And again, this is Wave 3 that was revealed at Comic-Con. So are you missing one? Isn't there still one more?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
DJ.
So I have DJ here too.
I feel like we should have like a big horn announcement or something.
Oh, yeah. Bryant got the curly fries. He didn't get the normal ones.
Oh, Brian, man, what happened?
He said they weren't
Shout out.
good.
What's up, Scruffy Nerd Brian? Rick, what's up? Everybody. Toy Forest, what's up, Toy Forest? Good morning.
Good
And
morning.
also Chamba. There he is.
So
the
they have
first
like
time.
similar builds.
Beautiful.
So he has a normal head sculpt too. I don't know where it is right now, but
Okay.
so these two kind of have like a bigger build. They both are implementing like the real chain. This one also have the articulated hair.
Oh, nice.
Have them like, and like this one, because of the shape, you can get them like super like dynamic.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah.
This is so cool because, like, we've gotten so close with the soda
Yeah.
line and getting a DJ, and the fact that you guys are doing one so early in the line is awesome.
Yeah. So, this one, I think what's cool about Wave 3 is the designs of the characters. There's no hindering, like they're not wearing like a gi,
Mhm.
or they don't have like anything covering articulation. So the articulation on all three of the figures for the new wave are pretty nice because it's kind of like Fei Long in that nothing is getting in the way of the range.
Yeah, so like Guile and DJ, they're going to move very similar to Fei Long. Where
Hopefully better.
oh wow,
I mean, so what's cool about like so DJ, like his pants, they're like higher up on his torso, just 'cause, like, that's how he wears them. So like, but for Guile, because his pant line is like closer at the waist, there's more clearance between the upper and the bottom torso.
right?
So there's more range, like,
Oh yeah.
like the range on Guile. I think Guile's gonna be the new Fei Long, like like the star of the, as far as articulation goes, because like he doesn't have anything like hindering him.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask, like, what type of accessories the figures will come with?
Yeah. So Guile, he'll have like more of like a neutral head sculpt too. And then he'll have like this gritting teeth version. And then he has two fists. This fist, and then the alternate set of hands. He has like this open hand, and then he has like a
nice.
The comb hand.
That's so dope, man.
So it's cool because like this other hand that like holds his hair up while he brushes his hair can also kind of double as like a gesture hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
I know I saw somebody ask that, so there you go. Yes, confirmed. We've said it before.
Yeah, and then DJ comes with 2 heads. This is like his more like expressive face, and then he has more like a neutral one.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his alternate hands on this one. So he has like a thumbs up and a pointer hand, and then his other hands are 2 fists.
Sweet.
And then he comes with an effect piece. He also comes with a sonic boom. Gal comes with a sonic boom. So they each come with like the translucent like effect pieces that you saw from like wave 1.
Sweet.
Cammy also comes with 2 heads. She comes with 2 fists and then 2 like splayed out hands.
Nice.
And then she has an effect piece that attaches to her foot, and it's like a triangle shape. Yeah,
That's my cannon drill.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
So you were talking about how like wave 3 was really fun because it had the most clearance for articulation. Have you looked ahead to the Street Fighter library? And is there a character that you saw you were like, oh boy, here's like every time I've ever looked at Rose, I'm like, how would you articulate that where it would be clean? You might have to sacrifice or do interchangeable pieces. Are there any characters that you've looked at like, you know, future down the line and you're like, that would be challenging?
Yeah, I do. I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, mostly stuff where things are getting in the way. We can possibly use soft goods instead, because that's also an option that we're offering in our lineup now. But I will say, Wave 4, I got the prints in this week, and starting in Wave 4, it's gonna get really nutty. It's gonna get crazy.
Oh boy, guess we're have to strap in.
Yeah, so
y'all.
the goal is to have Wave 4 ready for LA Comic-Con in December.
That was another question I think that someone asked. Is Jada Toys going to be attending New York Comic-Con?
We're not attending New York this year with our own booth, but if we can find like a booth there that we can partner with where they can sell our stuff. So New York is in October-ish.
Yeah, October.
Yeah, so people who pre-ordered Evil Ryu, our shipment is coming in around October-ish time. So from that allotment, I think we can have like a couple units available. So if we could find like a booth or like a retailer or distributor at New York who can, sell kind of like we did with Boo Bear with Entertainment Earth. They have like a certain allotment that they sold at their own booth. So if that's possible, we will sell it. If not, then next year, hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You're saving LA Comic-Con, by the way. Every December, I feel like it's this like, shoot, are we gonna go? It's the end of the year. I find that I go out of FOMO. Like if I don't go, like my friend finds like one toy in one shop, I'm like, oh, I should have gone. But Jada Toys for me makes now LA Comic-Con can't miss, where before I could pass out and not cared.
Yep, same here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do know it's a smaller show, and we can probably just like, show the same stuff we did at San Diego, but I still think it's worth having some freshness and excitement, even though it might not even be worth it for a show of that caliber now, but still, why not?
I think you're creating those opportunities there too, which I think is fantastic. And early bird tickets, I think, just went on sale for them for anybody interested in going.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, people in the chat are asking certain questions. You're not gonna get answers for what's next and things like that. The line has to do well first, which is it's going well so far, but it's gonna have to keep doing well in order to get other versions of Street Fighter figures, you know. So like, yeah, don't ask like what's coming after this, because
The main focus is finishing this. Right
yeah,
now.
it's finishing this right now. So you know,
Yeah. So yeah, the answer to that is we're gonna do every character in 2, and then but until we do that, I don't want to talk about like, oh, we're gonna do this after, just because I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, and I just want to finish the task at hand.
I know there was a question that I saw. It just popped up actually too. I've been seeing it a lot. People wanted to know, you know, since the bigger characters are coming, like, is there going to be a price point difference? Stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's going to be like $5 more. You know, it's not. We're not like the deluxes aren't going to be like $50. You know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so like, say for instance, just you know, theoretically here, say for Zangief or E Honda, like they're going to be a $30 price point or 35.
So I think closer to 30.
Okay.
I think 30 is our target.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Chamba asked if the larger characters are part of a regular wave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, and in addition to that, we're gonna have player 2s.
Mhm.
And the player 2s are gonna have very like special additions to it. So like for example, if you look at our Comic-Con item, it wasn't a straight repaint. We added new stuff to it to make it different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So expect that too in the next years.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that for sure.
Yeah.
We've got Godzilla with a $5 super chat here. It says, would you ever consider doing Godzilla? Since NECA has lost the license, decent Godzilla figures have vanished from store shelves.
I don't know if we could even get it. Who's doing Godzilla right now? Is it like
Figure Watch is the only stuff that I know.
Super 7 has Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
Super 7 just did a Comic-Con Godzilla.
Yeah. So I mean, for me personally, it's not a priority just because I'm not a huge Godzilla guy. Sorry, but
No, that's true. You
It's
know,
honest.
yeah. So honestly, I just want to focus on things that I'm like personally like interested in. I mean, there's going to be other things that we do, just because to build our portfolio. But for the most part, yeah, Godzilla wouldn't be like on the top list of potential like figure licenses for us.
Okay. We've got Shelf Presence here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. It says, Juhn, what's the time frame and pricing for Cyberpunk Edgerunners? Also, you're killing the game, sir, and thank you for being so active in the community.
Yeah, so the pricing we don't know yet. We're working on it right now. Actually, we got some initial like comments and pricing for the soft goods because that's the wild card, because we know what the figure costs because we've done it already.
Right.
We just don't know what soft goods at the level we're trying to achieve costs, and if it's even like possible from like a mass production standpoint. So we're studying that. We have a second set of the soft goods with our engineers, and they're dissecting it, reverse engineering it, and figuring out all the like elements to it. So the cost will, So for that, the main question on the cost is the soft goods element. So we're working on that now. As far as like timing, the goal is to have it next year. So the lead times, like if you think about like our Wave 1 figures, we announced or we showed off prototypes at Comic-Con last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already been a full year since we showed prototypes, and we're still very barely eking out like the last figure from wave 1, you know.
Right.
So we've been working a lot behind the scenes to where we can quicken up the development time to where we're not taking a year and a half to develop figures,
Right.
but we're trying to make it more efficient with more experience to where we could have it developed under a year, you know. So that's something we're working really hard on behind the scenes. And another thing we're working on behind the scenes is QC. That's, you know, like just making figures in general. There's a huge learning curve. So
that actually coincides with the next super chat here for $5 from Brad Harper. Says, will later runs / repacks of Ryu and Fei Long have any improved paint applications? The paint on the belt and hair on my first Ryu have chipped off pretty easily.
Yes. So the main issue we had with like the first like run of the characters, I mean, there's like various issues, but the most common one was face printing, where the registration was off. So we fixed that, but you know, like when you fix an issue like that, you don't just flip a switch and all of a sudden everything's fine. Like you have to do a running change. So like while the production's going, once we catch that issue and fix it, we gotta halt the production, fix it, and then continue production. So that means the run that came before the change are still circulating. So what we've been doing is focusing a lot on our customer service to where we have a number and website on our package. If you have a defect in your character or figure, if you contact us, we're replacing them free of charge, like whether it's the part or any part of the figure. So that kind of is a Band-Aid solution until we get it fully rectified. So yeah, if you have any issues, like bad printing or like chipped, or like you accidentally came with like 2 right fists instead of 1 right and left, just contact us and we'll send out replacements right away.
So are the replacements from the running change?
So the replacement is like an allotment that the factory makes from the running change and sends us like here's X amount that we have. So when the call comes in, we already have replacements in hand to ship out.
Cool.
And that's Jada customer service, correct?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have it off the top of my head or on me.
No worries.
But
yeah, there's been a couple people I've seen, and a couple people have actually reached out to me, and I told them to go through there, and they're very satisfied with the outcome of it, because they were sent out a replacement piece quickly, and they were very happy with it. We got Stormfire Blizzard with a $5 super chat. Any thoughts of official Street Fighter dios? Even cardboard backdrops like Extreme Sets does could be cool.
I'm not sure about that yet, because like the thing is, like there's a lot of like untapped elements in figures, like the figure itself, like deluxes, accessory packs, or even like vehicles, like dios. Like there's so many like things within that world. I think dios isn't next on our list to check off. Like there's some other things that I'd rather do before getting into dios. If I don't even know if we will. It's an unknown. I mean, because like we've done like play sets as a company in the past, but dios for like figures are much more involved and more detailed. So that's just something we have to explore, but it's not next on the list as far as like new videos coming out.
Rick2345 from the ACBA podcast says, one of my Fei Longs had an issue with its foot, and Jada customer service quickly helped and sent out a replacement body without issue. Honestly, best customer service of any toy brand I've dealt with by far.
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, so like we're really trying to make it right, because for me personally, I don't want bad figures out there. Like that's not what I want. So we're doing all we can to make it right with everybody, and hopefully just fix the problem from the core moving forward at the factory level.
And Sing I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong or not. Wanted to know when you guys plan on getting the player 2 variants out. If you had a time frame on that, possibly.
I don't have a time frame, but we are working on them already. We're already like deep into development on a couple of them already. So just to be safe, I'll say within the next year you'll have a couple.
That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair. Let's see. Let's do you have the Cyberpunk figures with you?
I have David. I could show you.
Okay. Awesome.
When would the shipping for like Chung Li and like the Mega Man stuff be around?
I think Chun-Li's gonna be first. I think she's gonna be showing up really quickly. So that would be first within the next month or so. And then shortly after that, it'll be Mega Man and Chester Cheetah. So what is it now? It's August. So
Mhm.
yeah, like before the holidays, those 3 should be out. And then during like the last like quarter of the year, we should be a Ken should be out. And yeah, so I think what is that? Chun-Li, the 3 Mega Man, Chester, and Ken, at least within this year. So that's like so we'll have 6 more figures coming out within this year.
Yeah, that's a
Awesome.
hefty dump for sure.
Awesome.
So for those of you that are talking about and requesting a lot of conversation revolving around Marvel versus Capcom, if that's something that you guys really want, support Mega Man, support the whole line, because that is building out your Marvel Capcom team, and it's a great side story, and it supports the brand. And the more you support, the more figures they're going to make. So make sure you guys jump on those Mega Man figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Because like it's fun for me to make them too. So
Sure,
Yeah.
so the face sculpt isn't. I mean, the face sculpt's there. The paint is not good, so that's why I don't really want to show it that well. So that's why, like, in the display, I like purposely try to like obscure his face.
Oh, and then I ran up there and took super
then you
up
took
close
it.
shots.
But yeah, this is Cyberpunk. So the soft goods, the pattern and the way it lays and the way it looks, this is what we're going to replicate as close as possible. The colors will change, like the pants are actually a little bit more teal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the yellow is not as fluorescent, maybe. So, but then like, here's the Edgerunners sprayed on the back. He has wiring. It doesn't really hinder articulation too much. There's going to be some hindering, but I mean,
This is such a leap from 90s Bandai Sailor Moon, where they were like painting faces on a balloon.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, these ones are going to be nice, man. I can't wait for these.
I do have a Street Fighter question that just kind of popped into my head. As we've seen in lines in the past, wow,
That's awesome.
I've lost my train of thought. That is, are you kidding me?
Yo, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
It's really nice. I don't even know the line, and I'm getting it.
Cuss words.
I mean, that's just a compliment right there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That's so good. Oh,
Heck
but the
yeah.
question I had about Street Fighter was about basically, you know how you get those people that jump on the line, you get to the last character, and people are like, "Wait, oh my gosh, they're making Street Fighter? Where's Ryu?" Is there any kind of contingency in place to like further down the line, like back in the day, He-Man would re-release He-Man, but then write the original on the packaging? Like we were joking earlier about Here Comes a New Challenger, but doing something with the packaging to know it's like second edition or third edition.
Maybe. I think I'm not sure, but for me personally, if we're gonna reissue Ryu, I would want to redo it because because like even from like wave 1 to wave 3, there's improvements already. So
Yeah, it's a learning process.
By the time we're in like wave 4 or 5, if we could revisit older figures, I think we can do them better. Right?
That's great.
Like toe hinges.
Yeah, toe hinges, like better butterflies, better sculpting. I don't know. So,
Here's an idea. 2-packs.
Yeah,
Like previous stuff with brand new figs and do 2-packs. That'll be something cool.
Yeah,
it's always part of the fun too with Wolverine and Spider-Man, like with Hasbro and Toy Biz, like always seeing the new additions and going, oh, the new sculpt is so good.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think the initial run, I think it's going to be like a bigger window to where even if you couldn't find it at Target or you missed your initial pre-order, like from like Entertainment Earth, like it doesn't mean they're out of print, you know, like more are coming. So
we've got a shelf presence with a $2 super chat. Will David have augmented limbs as accessories?
Kind of, yeah. Let me show you. So
I just wanted to mention while you're doing that, it's the fact that like you're already thinking about this, like moving, say down the line where people want to like, backtrack that maybe weren't keen on the line as it's been coming out and whatnot. They're already thinking of like, oh, okay. And then just the fact that, instead of it could have easily been done at Comic-Con where it was like, okay, well, we sold out of all of our online orders. We sold out of all of our in-hand orders. That's it. That's a wrap. You guys went ahead and opened up the pre-orders for a new batch for the whole weekend at Comic-Con. Like, that's awesome.
Talk about fan service.
Still open, I think, right? It's still open.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe. If it is, it should be closing soon. I have no idea.
Tunes like this and closed. I just want to let everybody know knows it.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So he has all the cybernetic like line details all over, and then like his forearm here. Let me see.
Now we need multiples. Got it.
Let's see if it's gonna work or not.
Ernie, Augie, you guys should watch Edgerunners. It's not that long. I only think it's like 10 episodes or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, maybe while my brother unboxes his 5th Chun-Li or 7th Chun-Li or however many of the dozens he's going to be buying when these come out.
Yes.
So cool.
Oh
my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
We're working on that. He comes with a gun, comes with like 2 sets of hands. He has like a screaming, like crazy head sculpt. So yeah. And then like under his pants, it's also fully sculpted and painted.
Same.
So if you want to like take that off, the details there. So
nice. I'm sure that's the first thing Adam will do when he gets his.
Absolutely. That's how
all right.
Toy Hall.
Well, oh, go ahead, Dario.
No, I was gonna say you showed off the guile and you showed us this chain that was like movable, like it looks like a real chain. DJ I saw also had one. Is that one just the same? And on that figure too, the David.
The David one's plastic. DJ is actual metal.
Okay. So this prototype, his necklace thing is plastic, but I was actually kind of thinking about making that like not chain, because I don't know if it's a chain, but maybe like a super thin like string.
Okay.
But yeah, so like the Dawson we have, this necklace is plastic. I mean, it's fine, but just like based on that, I was like, oh, if I could go back, I wish I could make it like real material.
It's okay. I've got the soda one. I'll just swap out the necklace from the soda one.
No, but like it's like I asked because like it's little things like that that make a big difference, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
from it being real to something that's sculpted in, and then people will be like, oh, this and that, and it's, with the toy photography, if he's doing like the kick, his chain should be like somewhat hanging,
Mhm.
So it's like little things like that that is dope. So I think that was
Yeah.
cool.
And the thing is, like those little things, like when you're in like the zone, it's kind of hard to notice those things, but it's only after the fact where you realize it. So like all these like improvements and refinements just come from experience, right? So at every wave of figures we do, like we refine the little things here and there, and then hopefully over time, like we can dial in every little detail and make it right the first time. So
Heck yeah.
And that's the great part of you guys are so passionate about it to revisit stuff like that. That's the point that everybody needs to look at.
And maintaining the price point.
Correct. From the
I mean,
beginning and everything.
That's a big plus.
Yeah.
Chains, talk about chains and toe joints.
In our community right now, because like you're saying, about Dawson, if that doesn't happen, okay, well, we have enough people in the community that can make one or can have it for you ready until it's revisited again, and you're doing that. I mean, the passion behind all this, I've seen the comments over here too about this whole line. Like I said, I know nothing about it, but I'm getting these. I mean, that's I've seen a lot of that over there. Nobody knows what this is. You guys, Cheney says it's really good. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Ernie's gonna love Rebecca. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
And I know the questions was asked before about like if you were a fan of this line, and like the answer is yes. Like we talked to this dude, we chopped it up like we were talking before at dinners and stuff, and everything that's coming out, man, it's because there's love there. It's not just oh yeah, we got this, so let's do it. Nah, it's because they wanted it, he wanted it, and it's getting done. So he's one of us. For those that whoever's new, just watching, or in the Facebook group, especially, like I see a lot of these comments that I find them hilarious. It's cool. It's cool because it's stuff like this, interviews like this, where you see like it's that he likes them. He's a collector. He's an enthusiast of the properties and stuff. So that's dope, because we this is something we always talk about, right? We see when it's like they don't really care about what they're making, to they love what they're doing, right? And with this Street Fighter, Mega Man, and now the Cyberpunk stuff, come on, man. I don't know, man. It's just whatever.
Speaking of the Facebook group, I remember there was one question on there, and I found it and I brought it up. It says, "Who's your favorite Toymigo and why the Fallen Fett?" that was pulled right from the Facebook group. So say we didn't do that.
We're about out of time here.
Oh no!
Yeah.